Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is Kitchen Gardening. Um, I should say, I'm Lucas' dad, Nathan, and this is Kitchen Gardening on Kitchen Gardening channel. The idea about kitchen gardening being getting something from the garden and taking it to the kitchen and cooking it. All right. I've got a pretty extensive garden here with this raised bed garden. I'll go into more detail with more plants, but there's always more plants coming up and some going away. So, certain, as you'll notice in this garden, there's a lot of cilantro, and the cilantro has grown out and it's now seeding out. But I really do not need that many seeds. I've got a lot of seeds already um, from years past, and it doesn't need to all be in my garden. To be honest, my wife is getting on to me about how much space it takes up in the garden. So what I've decided to do is decide to scale it back a little bit and using some of the plants for uh, they have seeds. First, first you have the white flowers, and then you'll have the green coriander seeds, and then they'll dry up and turn brown. And the brown ones are the ripe seeds, and you can either just keep them for seeds or put them in dishes or grind them up into a powder. So at this stage, there's a whole lot of green seeds on the bushes, especially these over here, and they come in various sizes. But this, can you see it? Um, all right, just and they taste really good. They taste really nice, but they don't last very long at all. They will last maybe 1 week or 2 weeks. So I just found a recipe on Mother Earth News. I just checked on my phone, and it's green coriander seeds recipe by Tammy Kimbler. It's the name of this video. And so what I've decided to do, I wanted to make a little space in my garden. I was just picking them by hand here, but that took long. So I pulled one of them out of the ground from here, and I just brought it to the table so I have a little shade because it's a little sunny. And so now I'm picking these coriander seeds and and filling up this bag. The recipe calls for about 2 cups, so we'll do this until I've finished off this plant and then see where we're at with the 2 cups. Do we have 2 cups or not? And when I was just picking them off the plant, I just got the biggest ones and the ripest ones. But after I uprooted the plant, I said, well, might as well get some of the smaller ones too, just to not let it go to waste. But there's so many seeds. Yeah, if y'all are wondering where Lucas is, he's inside watching TV. He did not want to be a part of this. And since it's a really sunny, hot day, his skin is a little more sensitive. And so he's inside watching TV. All right, we don't have any viewers to live stream yet. That's okay. This is kind of a new channel for me. I'm eventually going to put an introduction about this channel so you can see what this channel is about better. Can you see me? Don't know if you can see my face or if I look like a shadow. I don't know. But I'm I'm here anyway. I got my cruise shirt on. It's for Carnival, but I'm taking a Holland America cruise soon. I'm really excited about that. Been thinking about Europe and um, specifically Greece, and we're going on a 14-day cruise. The whole family's coming, so it's really exciting. So it's to celebrate my parents' 50th anniversary. And I'm really excited about it. Excited for them because they've been together for so long, and I feel like that's a great thing to celebrate, and also for me because the vacation is amazing. I love to travel, and I hope to see the wonderful plants and in Greece and the islands around Greece and Spain. And we're going to spend a few days in Spain and then take the boat to some islands around Greece. Some of these seeds are starting to turn brown. I'm not sure whether I still use those or not. Okay. I'm just going to throw those to the yard. When in doubt, throw it out. That's a, I don't know. In this case, I have an abundance of this, as you can see. Um, the person who had inspiration from this, what's her name? Tammy. She says that she has such an abundance. She has something to do with the flowers, where you can make a recipe with the flowers. And I will try that, but I didn't have any vodka today. I just really wanted to do something today. And I was afraid to cut the flowers before actually put it together because these flowers don't last very long because they're so small and tender. Can everybody hear me okay? If you can't hear me, let me know. Type something out. I really appreciate your comments and likes. This is a channel that's just starting up, so I really appreciate any kind of likes, comments, mentions. And I want to get this channel up and running. Yeah. I'm not working right now, so this is a good way to save money and to do a lot more with my time. I have very fresh organic food for much cheaper and get back to the basics and live a more healthier lifestyle. With the Strait of Hormuz being closed and open and closed, today they said they're gonna end the war. Tomorrow, maybe they keep going. I don't know. Um, there's a lot of uncertainty, and this puts a little more certainty in your life. As long as you're growing enough and keeping it sustainable. It's rather hot outside. I could have waited till the afternoon to do this, but I did not. Um, if you're just tuning in, welcome. Thank you for coming. This is going to be a very long stream. Uh, the flowers taste okay too. Um, just not as good as these green seeds. this much so far. I don't know if that's a cup yet or not, but I want to say it is, but I don't know if it is. I got these canning jars at Walmart. They were real cheap this year. I got them in the past, and they were quite expensive. Let's just tearing off the limbs as I go. I don't really know what the best way to get these seeds off yet is. Let me know if you know. This is a live video, but nobody's watching it live so far. So if you catch this video later, you can just fast forward to this part if you don't want to see it, or if you like it, you can. Maybe we can do this together. That's what a lot of these videos, they just skip through things. So if you're actually doing something, I feel like this gives you a more in-depth instruction, watching somebody do the whole process instead of watching a 15-second clip that it's kind of hard to pay attention to. You have to focus really hard on, and then if you blink, you miss it. If you blink, you will not miss anything. I don't think so. I don't do so much that's really quick. I may sneak a little snack in here every once in a while, but that's the only thing I do really quickly. Here we are. We're just getting these coriander seeds off, the big ones. We can leave the small ones on, or some of the small ones I'm leaving, some of the small ones I'm taking. I don't know which is the best, so I'm doing it about 50-50. The small ones don't taste bad. Yeah, in fact, those were actually really good. So it's good to taste test a little while. Okay, I got my bag here. Let's see. Here's how much I got. This is not an AI generated video. I do like AI, and I probably will use AI for the editing of the videos. So if you like a more condensed version of the video, I will do that. But this is just what I'm doing now. these small ones, they have a more concentrated flavor. The wind is picking up a little bit, so you can hear the wind chimes. I like that noise. You have wind chimes in your backyard? If you do, hit like and subscribe. If you don't, comment. Or the other way around. When I saw the price of these wind chimes, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so expensive. Are these Corinthian wind chime bells? And so, wow, that's so expensive. But they looked so beautiful and they sounded really good. So I said, well, let me just try it. We're thinking, oh, it's going to be too loud. And it is a lot louder than I thought it would be, because they're quite big. Yeah, you see the wind chimes. They're quite big. They couldn't. Yeah, the first night we got them, they were so loud because there's a huge windstorm. You couldn't hear the wind from inside, but you could hear the wind chimes really loud. And so it's kind of puts you back in touch with nature a little bit. Because you don't, inside a house, you don't really know when it's windy unless you've got the windows open. Okay, clean this down. We're making progress. We're throwing stems out. Okay. I saw this device where you can make your own wood pellets for like a wood pellet stove or something, and I was like, "Wow, that is really cool." I really want to do that, and it didn't even have to be wood. It could be like these stems here. You can make wood pellets out of those, or I guess they'd be like cilantro pellets or stem pellets, or but anything. It just crushes it and grinds it into like a pellet form. And we've got a crepe myrtle trees, and they produce so much wood, but it's burning it like just as all these long sticks. It doesn't work out so well. But if I were able to pelletize that and put it in a little fire pit, I think that'd be quite romantic and cute. Yeah, so. Right. Right. Yeah, we got some more of those big seeds. We're almost done, and then we'll go inside and do the pickling. Yeah, part 2 of this. I hope I have vinegar. I didn't set anything up inside. I may do a part 2. Or, yeah, I think I'll just keep it as one continuous video. And do I just set it up, and You'll see me digging through my cupboards for a little bit. I'll do an edited version later, but this is when I'm filming this, and so you know. And I say it will, but you know, if it doesn't get enough likes or subscribes or comments, if it didn't get very popular, then I won't. But if it is very popular, then I'll keep it. I've got a lot of videos filmed already, but instead of just bringing those over to this channel from the live cooking or live gardening videos, I'm just going to try to cut them down, edit them, make them look a little more fancier, more YouTube friendly. And then from there, we'll have more channels on this video, more videos on this channel. The original videos are on playlist. Got a secret way to get to them. On playlist, if you go to LucasDad-KitchenGardening, Nathan. And then I've got a lot of videos on there, and then you'll see in the playlist all the cooking videos and everything like that. But you won't see the videos come up in the search or anything like that. But you can still see them by link, which is key. Right. Here's our progress. We are making progress. If you're doing this too, that's awesome. And you're probably doing it a lot faster than me. I'm just kind of taking my time. I'm just pulling off each of these. Got a little sprig here. Just pinching them off. You can cut it off too, I think. But I don't know if you want to do that or not. See, this one has a bunch of those small seeds. And no, these aren't very flavorful on this. Sometimes they are and sometimes they're not. The big ones are always really good, but the small ones, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. I don't know what it depends on, but maybe it's the day they were made or something else. When it was pollinated, how it was pollinated. Who knows? Who knows? If you know, type it in the comments. Okay. All right, looks like we got all the cilantro seeds. Or coriander seeds. Yeah, cilantro leaves are kind of yellowish and don't look really good towards the bottom. Oh, yeah. I'm covered in this. I just got a little patch of ground here. This had seeds before. They were green seeds, but I just Didn't want to do anything, didn't have to do anything with them. And I just put them off. They're not ripe or as mature. It's better if you want it to seed out and you want more of them, then it's better to leave them on the stalk until they turn brown, and then they'll start to shrivel up, and you can leave them there. Just the longer that you leave them there, about is the better. And then when you get ready, cut the whole stalk down, take it somewhere, dry it, and then after you finish mowing the grass for the year, um, if you don't mow your lawn, then I don't know how you tell. When other people stop mowing their lawns, uh, then that's when you put it in the ground. You can also put it in the ground somewhere in January, or because it won't necessarily come up after you start mowing the lawn, but it will come up like when it's ready to come up, if that makes sense. So you can just plant it whenever. But then after a year or two, you'll see some naturally come up, and then you can plant then. Cilantro is very frost tolerant, so the winter time doesn't kill it so bad. This year was very special. We had this glass table, and the cilantro, we had a frost that came a little later than it usually does. And so what we did, I put the glass table over the cilantro in the yard, and it protected it. And all outside of that table, it was cold, had snow, but under that table was the cilantro growing well and warm. So that's nice. Be careful where you plant it, because it will grow, and it will grow a lot. Let's see. All right, we're going to go inside and see if this is 2 cups of cilantro. And I'm hoping it is, or I'll have to find a jar. This basically should fill up the jar. I don't think I've got enough of it. So instead of a bigger jar, I think what I'm going to do is mix the solution the way that's in the recipe, and then just find a smaller jar where it fills up. This fills it up. All right, let's go inside. All right, welcome to my home. All right. Hey, Denver. Yeah, there's Denver. He helped me pick cilantro earlier, but he got tired because it's hot. Lucas, you still watching TV? Oh. You still watching TV? Are you still watching TV? Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to pause it for a little bit and you make some vinegar? What's this called? All right. We'll pause it anyway. Pause it. Take a break. Take a break. 15 minutes. Okay. Hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes. All right. 15-minute time set. All right. So for pickled green coriander seeds recipe, we need. You can chop stuff up. We need kosher salt, white wine vinegar, on water and the coriander seeds. Okay. I'm looking at the recipe and the link at the bottom of the page. All right. Okay. What? Okay. Let's see. Here's Lucas. He's got the juggle swords. I'll say hi to everybody.
Oh, hey. Are you making a video?
Yeah, I'm making a video about the pickled green coriander seeds.
Then make the screen big.
Well, all right, we're gonna get the ingredients out for the salt, white wine vinegar.
Okay. I'm not gonna be.
Where's the salt? Okay. You're not gonna be in there. Get out. Okay. All right. Looking for white wine vinegar. Looking for all the ingredients. Feel free to fast forward. I'm looking for salt. I don't have kosher salt, so I'm using sea salt. Gotta get white wine vinegar. I have red wine vinegar, or I think I'm going to do the red wine vinegar. I've also got an onion vinegar one and a rice vinegar. So I think I'm going to do this red wine vinegar. We'll let you know how it turns out at the end. Skip to the end so you see if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Okay, we got salt. We got red wine vinegar. We need 2/3 cup of water and 2 cups of fresh green coriander. Okay, so what we're doing now, we're going to use a saucepan large enough to hold 2 half-pint jars filled with water, and then bring to a simmer. And let me see where my jars are too. It's still here. Can you hear me? Yeah. That's it. I'll cut this out on the finished video. I promise. The jars go. I'm looking at this, and 1 half-pint jar seems to be the coriander we picked, which was not so much. But first time, I want to Get a little less. I got these bowls, mason jars. They're in half a pint, and it came 12 to a package. So you get 12 canning jars for, let's see, it wasn't that expensive. I don't know how much it was. I got it from Walmart, but your local store may charge more or less, or may have a different brand. I'm not advertising ball mason jars. I just think they're a pretty good brand. Give about 2/3 cup of water. Poured that in the pot. And so next, it says using a saucepan large enough to hold 2 half-pint jars, fill with water, and bring to a simmer. Am I bringing the jars of water to a simmer? Combine vinegar, water, and salt and bring to a simmer. Stirring until the salt is dissolved. Fill 2 clean half-pint canning jars with seeds, and then pour the hot brine over the seeds. Alright, so I'm going to boil some water and use that to help sterilize this canning jar. It's the first time I used it, but still good to clean it. Okay. Another thing I want to do is kind of wash and separate the seeds. I've got a very fine strainer here. I'll put all the seeds into. Should have done that over the sink. The counter's a little dirty now. I'm going to dip these out into the strainer. There's a lot of stems. I'm just going to take out some of the stems, most of the stems. I'm going to get the excess things that accidentally dropped in here. Still cleaning it. just got the majority of the stems out, the leaves out, just anything else that just got in the bag that wasn't supposed to be there. The water is simmering. It's actually boiling. Pretty good.